Skin the Hardaway Sudden T. Back with another EP. And I ain't gonna be here long at all this morning. Just wanted to come in this morning, hit on some real quick, hit on real quick, speak my piece. You know what I mean? So question of the day is let me make sure I see it right so I don't mess up my own motherfucking Southern T. Let me make sure. Question of the day is the time to let go versus the time to push harder. And how do you know? Well, y'all know these T's. I like to use, my personal experiences, for situations like this because, that's the most knowledge that I could give you, from my own experiences, from personal, situations. So, my personal experience with this, this is and the reason that these last two Southern T's, I asked these questions because I know this shit that that people think about, shit that motherfuckers probably want to know. So, from my personal experience, when is it time to let go versus time to push harder? Now the quick answer to this question is, shit, really only you would know. Only you know how you feel. You know what I mean? Only you know what you could deal with. You know your situation better than anybody else know your situations. And I'm gonna say this, a lot of times in our situations, we seek advice, or we seek knowledge, from the wrong people. If you're in a relationship and you're in a relationship, that you want to keep, that you view as healthy, don't go ask your friend that hadn't had a boyfriend in 4-5 years. Don't go ask your friend they try to get you to go to the club and shake ass every time you have a problem inside of your relationship. That friend is not there to see you, better your relationship. That friend is what you call a selfish friend. So be careful on who you let in your business, you know what I mean? And be mindful. You really should keep most people out of your business, you know what I mean? So my best advice for this situation is, your relationship, what happened in the past in this relationship, where y'all at in this relationship. You know your partner better than anybody else, knows your partner. So I say this. Whenever it starts to feel like that, you are the only one working. Shout out my guy G5. Whenever it's starting to feel like that, you the only one, putting forth for effort in a situation. Whenever your relationship starts to feel like work, because the important part about a relationship is supposed to be your stress reliever from the real world. Your relationship is supposed to be your stress reliever from work, your stress reliever from your problems. Your relationship is not supposed to cause you more problems than the outside world. Your relationship is your home. What you mean, Skinny? Your relationship is your home. Your relationship is your home, meaning you could deal with all the shit, or you could deal with all the harshness of the world, outside of the world, your job, your people, your friends even. But when you get home, your relationship, when you not, I don't necessarily mean y'all living together. When you get home, when you call that person, when you text that person, when y'all talk, that's your home. You're supposed to be comfortable in that spot to say, do anything you want to. Like I got to think about me, and some of my lady friends think it's weird, but I be like, man, my lady friends got to think about, poo and using the bathroom and shit like that. And in my mind, I'm like, shit, man, if we gonna be together forever, that shit that you go be doing, that's life. That's part of life. How we go work and you not even comfortable enough, just to be, yourself. Now, true enough, if I got to poo to some shit, I'm gonna get up and go outside too. But it's just the thing that I'm comfortable enough where I let them motherfucker rip anyway. You know what I mean? Because if I'm gonna be with you, goddamn, we gonna be together. That means you gonna give me on my good days, you gonna give me on my bad days. But when you start to feel like there is work, when you start to feel like, okay, we all have high and we all have low points, right? But when you start to feel like that, your relationship is becoming work. When you start to feel like, you putting out way too much more than you getting in, when you start to feel drained, you know what I mean? Then you should probably pull back. You know what I mean? Pull back. And then if you pull back, and if your partner really mess with you, if y'all really are a team, y'all really are a home, your partner is going to sense, you pulling back. And if that partner really wants, to keep you, if that partner wants the same thing that you want, you know what I mean, which is to push harder, that person will start to, reciprocate, shit. They'll start to feel it and they'll start to do things, or they might even come out straight up and ask you, what's wrong? What's wrong? And then here's the thing again. When is it time to work harder and push forward? If you want this shit to, if you really deep down want this shit to work, it don't matter who wins. You know what I mean? It don't matter who wins. There's no winners, there's no losers. It's only a communication thing. It's only a progression thing. It's only an understanding thing. There are no winners, there are no losers. There are no winners, there are no losers. You know what I mean? So if two people have that mindset, that attitude, y'all could never fail. This is what I say. If you feel like that you're competing with your partner, if you feel like you're competing for your partner, then you should probably let that shit go. You know what I mean? It's probably time to let that one go. But like, if you feel like if you and your partner hit a rough spot and you voice your opinion, you voice how you feel to your partner, and your partner completely like neglects everything you said, like they just, if you bring an issue to your partner and your partner brings you an issue back, it's probably time that you let that partner go. You know what I mean? Because why would you wait until I bring you an issue to hit me with, some, you know what I mean? But it's all a way of doing everything. You know what I mean? Healthy conversation. I say healthy conversation, good communication, healthy conversation can save relationships, because people got this thing in their mind that, oh, my relationship is perfect. Like, some women out here believe that, oh, I'm gonna meet a guy and he's just going to know everything. I'm gonna meet him. He gonna be the perfect guy from the jump. He go do this. He go do that. He go know me. He go do this. And that's cool. And that's cool. But at some point, as adult people in a adult relationship, y'all going to have to communicate. I think that's why a lot of lines get blurred. Like I did the topic yesterday. Can a hurt person? Can you make an unhappy person happy? I feel like if y'all open up the communication lines, I personally feel like conversation saves all relationships. No relationship is perfect. A healthy relationship is a relationship that continues to track. You know what I mean? Because let's be real. The saying is nothing lasts forever, right? Boom. So if you trying to be with somebody forever, because that's what relationship is, right? Let's just be real. That's what relationship is, right? You planning to be with this person forever. If you're not, why you even getting in a relationship? You know what I mean? That's why I don't recommend, people dating for like years and years and shit like that. If you dating a person, really, if you dating a person longer than 2 or 3 months, you kind of know where you go with that, man. So I feel like don't get too caught up. Don't get too caught up in trying to. Don't get too caught up. Don't get too caught up in trying to fix a situation that don't necessarily want to be fixed. You know what I mean? The moment you start to feel like that you're doing too much, the moment it starts to feel like work to you, the moment it starts to feel heavy on you, then you probably should get out of there, because your partner, if you're in a relationship, your partner go feel, if you're in a real relationship, your partner go feel when you up or when you down. Now, if your partner comes to you and asks you, what's the problem, baby? What's wrong? And you tell your partner no, then that problem is never, you tell your partner nothing, their problem is never going to be fixed. And fellas, ladies, whenever you speak, if you feel something in your spirit and you speak on it to your partner, and your partner answer is always nothing, or your partner answer is, everything good, or if your partner says one thing out their mouth but does another thing with their physical body, and then you probably should let that junk go. If they're not being responsive to you, if you're trying with them and they're not being responsive to you, it's probably time to let that junk go. But if you could come to your partner, you could say, baby, what's wrong? You could say, baby, I want to talk to you. I'm feeling this way. I'm feeling that way. And your partner really, y'all know when somebody, really paying attention to you. Y'all know when somebody really, invested in the situation, right? And when your partner used to be invested and when they had enough, you know what I mean? Because you feel it. the thing is, man, if you feel it getting worse, if you feel it getting worse, you constantly feel separations. 9 times out of 10, you know, if you feel like that you're, trying to, fix this shit, or if you feel like, you're trying to push harder, you feel like you're trying to make an effort, but you still feel it spreading out, you think to yourself, oh, well, okay, they'll come back around, they'll come back around, they'll eventually, get over, they'll eventually talk to me. No, you should probably let that, relationship go, because in the end, that problem that y'all got probably still never going to be answered, and they'll probably be holding on to, their problem forever while you didn't move on with it. You think, oh, time passed and you moved on with it, but deep down, their problem still arises, and they still actually working and acting off their problem that they had with you. You asked them about, and they didn't even, express it to you. So if your partner kind of giving you like the brick wall, you probably should let that go. But I feel like, to answer my own question, I feel like you know best when it's time to push harder and when it's time to let go. If you feeling like that, when you call out, when you reach out and you being answered, you know what I mean? That's somebody, that wants to work through. That's somebody, that's willing to work through. But if you feel like that, when you call out, you reach out and, you get a cold shoulder, or you constantly feel like, you're not being heard, then you probably should, let that particular person go, because in the end, that jump probably going nowhere fast. I feel like the biggest thing in the relationship, that's a friendship, a relationship with a woman, a friendship, anything. The biggest dynamic in a relationship is communication. You will know off the wop. If you don't feel comfortable, what's good, Crush? If you don't feel comfortable talking to your partner, what's good, MP? If you don't feel comfortable talking to the person that you call your partner, I mean about anything. If you don't feel comfortable communicating, being open with that person, I'm telling you, 9 times out of 10, their relationship is not going to work. And I'm going to use me from personal experience. I done been in relationships with women where our communication started out bad, and then 10 years later, our communication was still bad. If you can't be comfortable enough and talk to a person, if you can't be comfortable enough and talk to a person, if a person can't be comfortable enough and open up and express themselves to you just from the beginning, dog, that's a red flag. You get what I'm saying? And I kind of touched on it earlier. Like, some people feel like, oh, well, most, I'm going to say women, because men don't necessarily feel like this. Men, we stupid. Men, we want to know A, B, C, D. Put it out in front of us. Let us see it so we could, make, a right, make the right, choice. But women sometimes, a man should know me. If a man's interested in me, he's going to be paying attention. He's going to know this. He's going to know that. He's going to know this. He's going to know that. You know what I mean? Type deal. And I say it's 2 parts to that, right? I say it's 2 parts to that. I'm going to use this as an example. They say you should know your partner's clothes size, without them even telling you. Okay, first of all, I could kind of look at you, and guess your size type deal. But like, only way I really would know some shit without you telling me is if I did some extra shit to go figure it out. You know what I mean? I might have took a look at, some shit here, some shit there, some shit there, some shit there. You know what I mean? But I feel like to avoid a bunch of bullshit, to avoid the mystery game, because, we grown, not everybody is on the same time. Not everybody has time to be sitting here trying to figure out, every little detail. I kind of feel like partners, your house, y'all got to lay everything out on the table. You should take a day. You should take a day with your partner every single day, whether it's 30 minutes or an hour or 20 minutes or 15 minutes. And y'all should just sit down and y'all should talk about, what y'all like about each other and some things, necessarily that, you would do differently. You know what I mean? Y'all talk about this shit. Y'all write that shit down. Y'all tell each other, not even talk about it. This is my game for you. You and your partner should sit down once a day, about 30 minutes, 20 minutes, write down, the things you love about them, and write down, some of the things, that you would change. Y'all give it to each other. Y'all both take 3 minutes to look at that motherfucker. Y'all look at it, don't say a word, ball that bitch up, throw it in the garbage can. And then y'all actually go physically go and start to do the things, try to let your partner know that you do hear what they saying. I'm not necessarily your partner ain't gonna tell you to do no crazy ass. Your partner ain't gonna tell you to be 6'6" and you 6'1". You know what I'm saying? Ain't gonna be no extra shit. You know, I think you could be a little more affectionate. You know, every now and again, I like to hear, you know, thank you, or every now and again, baby, you know, I want to hug. You used to give me hugs every now and again, you know, shit like that. So just work on it, write it down, give it to your partner, y'all look at it, don't say a word to each other, bottle it up, throw it in the garbage, go on about y'all day, and then just take steps in y'all actual life to do better, you know, to try to, you know, fix the things or whatever is wrong on those pieces of paper. I say that's my challenge, and that's my challenge to y'all. If y'all got a partner, ask your, and then look, be real with you, and if there's really your partner, when y'all get to making that list and shit, the things that they dislike about you, it shouldn't be that long. It shouldn't be much. I tell you about my experience. Playing this game. I played this game with one of my partners. We wrote a list about what we didn't like about each other, right? I didn't write nothing on my list. You know, I ain't write shit on my list. I ain't write nothing on my list. But she wrote a list. She wrote some shit, right? She gave it to me. I was like, damn, there's a lot of shit on this list. I was like, and then I gave her my list. And then she was like, damn, it ain't nothing on this list. I was like, yeah, because shit, you know, I like you. I accepted you. You know what I mean? But my list had like 7 different things on. You know what I'm saying? So I asked, I was like, do you really like me? Like, do you really like me? Like you say you do? And she really couldn't even answer me. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's important, like, to, you know, have interaction with your partners, to have, you know, communication with your partner, because you find out a lot of shit. And I'm telling you, and I continued to mess with that girl after I played that game. And I asked her, I was like, damn, you really don't even like me. And she didn't even say nothing. I continued to mess with that girl. But right then is where I should have. What I did was I pushed harder. Right then, I was supposed to let that shit go. Because if you with me, how could you have 8 motherfucking things you don't like about me? And I really couldn't even put none on that list that I don't like about you, because I didn't even want to hurt your feelings. Like, you know what I mean? Because I cared about you that much. You get what I mean? But that's just an example. But man, that's all I get, dog. You know best. You know when it's time to let go, and you know when it's time to push forward with a motherfucker. What I'm saying is, if you feel like, if that shit's starting to feel heavy, if you starting to feel played, if you starting to feel like a motherfucker not listening, then 9 times out of 10, bro, a motherfucker is not listening. But I will say this, don't get it misconstrued. If a person reaches out to you, if a person says, what's the problem? Let's talk about it. And you say, there is no problem, I don't want to talk about it. Then it's not that person. It's not necessarily that person. Then at that point, it's you, because they opened up the lines for y'all to fix whatever the fuck that y'all was going through. You know what I mean? So be it in situations like that, be aware of your pride. You know, there's no winners, there's no losers. It's not an I win, you win. It's not a you lose. It's nothing going on like that. There is no pride in the house. And I say your house is your relationship, your home. There is no pride in the house. There are no winners. There are no losers in the house. Y'all are one. Y'all are the house. Y'all don't got to live together. When I say house, I mean your relationship. When you call that person, that's y'all house. That's y'all sanctuary. Y'all are one. When you go home, you go home to get away from the outside world. You don't go home to battle. If you're going home and you feel like that you battling at home, it's probably time to let that junk go. You're supposed to be able to go home, your spouse, and talk about whatever you want to talk about. And I notice these times in this generation, and that's how I know that. I either need to give me a young woman and build her up, or I'm gonna have to give me an older woman from the older generation, because these women these days are more tight with their friends than they are with their spouse or their man. You get what I'm saying? They're more, you know, they'll do shit with their man, and then go talk about it with their friends. And a lot of times y'all friends really be wanting y'all niggas, and a lot of times y'all friends be wishing they had niggas, because if y'all friends had niggas, they probably wouldn't even be fucking talking to you, because they'll be treating their nigga right. But they know you got a nigga, so they go be down your back in your ear about, you know, your nigga, because you actually got one. You know what I mean? So be careful who you let in your business. Be careful who you let in your kingdom. Be careful who you let in your house. And your kingdom is supposed to be your kingdom. You're supposed to talk about in the house. You're supposed to talk about everybody else, not leave the house and talk to everybody else about the house. Keep your house clean. Keep your house between you and your spouse. when I'm saying this shit, you know, goddamn it, when it's time, when you feel like, when you know a person, you know when you talking to a person and they giving you that brick wall, you know when you talking to a person and they really, you know, and they really, and the love is still there. You know what I mean? If you feel like it's time to let go, let that shit go, bro, because it is time to let that shit go. If you feel like, I'm telling you, it's not gonna, if you hit a point where y'all done hit that point where one person's talking, the other person's not listening, and then when this person talking, then if you're not listening, and if you within yourself, you know that you being picked, like you know within yourself that you're not listening to that person. You know that you're trying to fuck with that person. When you know that inside of yourself, man, it's time for y'all to let each other go, because nothing good is going to come from that. But that's how I got my Skinny Hardaway Southern Tea. This like I just had to tell you that this morning. I had to get it off my spirits, off my soul. Skinny Hardaway Southern Tea. This ain't the past. This ain't the future. But this the present. That's how we rocking. And I'm out. Love.